In just 4 days, on November 1st, the open enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act begins, and millions of Americans will learn that their healthcare costs could more than double next year. And that's not an exaggeration. Just look at the potential increases in New Jersey, from $8,600 to more than $18,000 for a family of four, $6,000 to $26,000 for a couple thinking about retirement. But it's not just in New Jersey. Across the country, Americans will have to shell out thousands more for healthcare. And in many cases, they'll be priced out of coverage entirely, all because Republicans refuse to negotiate an end to their government shutdown. And that's right. It's been 4 weeks since the crisis started, and Republicans clearly don't care. They're content casting blame, pointing fingers at Democrats, and remaining on vacation instead of working to fix a crisis that's affecting millions of Americans. But Democrats aren't giving up the fight. While Republicans fail to lead, Democrats are doing their jobs for them, fighting to reverse the cuts, lower the costs, and save healthcare. And with a week left until Election Day, we're running through the tape and making the case to voters that there is an alternative to this Republican chaos. It starts with electing Democrats up and down the ballot. I'm Curtis Bradley Brown, director of DNC Studios, and your host for today. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 1 week until Election Day, and this is the Democrats' Daily Blueprint. In both New Jersey and Virginia, voters will go to the polls a week from today with a clear choice for governor: a MAGA Republican who will bend over backwards to please Trump, or a Democrat who will stand up to the White House and work to bring down costs for everyday Americans. In New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill has committed to declaring a state of emergency on energy costs, vowing to take on the public utility to freeze rate hikes and make sure that more households can afford their soaring electricity bills. And it's the same in Virginia, where Abigail Spanberger is looking to flip the governor's office with a focus on bringing down healthcare costs, building more affordable housing, and protecting Virginians who are under attack from Trump and his DOGE cuts to the federal workforce.
Abigail Spanberger plans to make healthcare more affordable for Virginians.
All Virginians can count on me to defend their access.
Spanberger says she's willing to do what it takes to make these policy points a reality.
I'm running for governor because I think we are an extraordinary place to live, work, raise a family, and I want to continue to make it better.
So with just 7 days left to go until Election Day, Spanberger and Sherrill are leaving it all out on the field. And they're getting back up from the National Democratic Party to bring home the win. So far this year, the DNC has invested over $3 million in each state to support New Jersey and Virginia Democrats, with money on the ground going to on-the-ground organizing and direct voter contact. Both candidates will be joined by prominent leaders like former President Obama, Governors Wes Moore and Josh Shapiro, as well as DNC Chair Ken Martin, who will be going out on the trail to rally voters in this final sprint. So here's the bottom line. There is too much at stake this year to stay home. The Republican status quo is unsustainable. It leads to higher costs, fewer jobs, and a government of the rich, by the rich, and for the rich. Democrats across the country are turning out in support of our candidates to put a check on this out-of-control Trump administration. So if you live in New Jersey or Virginia, go to iwillvote.com to check your registration and to make your plan to vote. And if you know someone who lives in those states, make sure that they make their voices heard. It will take all of us to turn the tide and elect Democrats who will stand up for working families. We can't wait to see you out there. Thanks so much for joining us today for this episode of the Daily Blueprint. We're here every weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the DNC's YouTube page. Until tomorrow.